Let's go over comparison of the Boya Mic 2 and the Hollyland Lark M2. I'm gonna go over my experiences with both of these mics and go over the different features of them, how they differ, talk about what you get with these. Then of course, go over a sound quality review where I use both of these. I'll go through using both of these inside as well as outside next to a busy street so you can hear the noise cancellation that both of these have, and then talk about which one of these you would want to consider picking up. So let's do a comparison here. Currently, I am using the Hollyland Lark M2 microphone. So this is what it sounds like. Okay, so now you can hear the Boya Mic 2, the sound quality of it. As you can hear, it sounds great. Direct comparison to the Hollyland Lark M2. You can hear it sounds full, sounds clear, which is exactly what you want with your audio. Okay, and then we'll now add the lav mic to this so you can hear what it sounds like with the lav mic. So here we go. And again, this does come with a clip. You can clip it to your clothes. And again, you can hear just how full and clear the audio is with the lav mic attached. So now we have the Lark M2 now outside. So we're in the backyard. We have a busy street back there, and this is without the noise cancellation on, so you can get an idea of just how good this sound is. We have a little wind coming in. We don't have the wind filter on for this. And you still get a nice, big, clean sound with the Lark M2. So now let's go ahead and turn the noise cancellation on. We'll just give a click to the yellow button right here, and this light turned green. Turn green on the transmitter as well, on connected to the phone. You can hear what it sounds like. We have more wind coming in right now, still cars behind us. And now I'll go to the end of the backyard, end of the pool, so you can hear just how good the noise cancellation is. All right, so we're at the end here. Okay, so now we have a bunch of cars going by, so you can hear just how much sound the difference is. Go ahead and turn it on. Okay, noise cancellation is on. Hear the traffic again, turn it off. Hear the sound that comes through now. So you can hear the difference between these two. Okay, so here's the sound quality of the Lark M2. You can hear that it's still very big, clear sound even when outside. I don't have the noise cancellation on. I do have a busy street right behind me. Go ahead and turn the noise cancellation on now. Again, a lot of cars behind me on this busy street, so you can hear the difference. My voice is still full, clear, which is of course exactly what you want the microphone. Go ahead and turn it off again so you can hear the street noise as I'm talking. A lot of cars going by. Okay, so this is the Boya Mic 2 outside. We have a busy street right here. You can hear the cars going by. We do not have the noise suppression on right now. There's also some wind coming in so you can hear it. And again, you can hear just how good a quality a microphone the Boya Mic 2 is here. So now we'll turn on the AI noise suppression so you can hear what it's like. Okay, so you can see that the noise suppression is on. We got the green light. Step back here. A lot of cars going by right now. You can hear just how well this works. And this is at the negative 40 decibels noise reduction. With the Boya Mic 2, you can change between minus 40 and minus 15 decibels AI noise cancellation. So you can hear just how good quality this is with a bunch of street traffic behind me. And still with this noise cancellation, you get a really high quality sound with this. So you can hear just how good the sound quality is as we get further away from the transmitter. So I do have the noise suppression on right now, and we'll get a little bit closer to the main street. So you can see just even how good the AI noise cancellation works even better. I'm all the way at the end here, and still hear the same good quality sound coming from the Boya Mic 2. No change at all. Of course, this isn't the full 900 feet that this range has, but with this far, you can still hear just how good quality this is. Okay, so let's first just go over what you get with these. So we'll start with the Hollyland Lark M2. So you get the charging case, a smaller case compared to the Boya 2. Both of these have both mics and a transmitter, the USB-C charging on the back, a magnetic case that snaps on in. And currently I'm using the Lark M2 transmitter and the microphone to record this video. Go ahead and look at one of the mics right here. Again, really small case compared to the size of my head, put it in my hand. So that's really nice, really portable. So here is the microphone itself, and these are mostly magnetic microphones. So you just have the magnet on one side of your shirt, and then on the side you have a little button here to activate the noise cancellation as well as turn the recording on. And I do have the USB-C Lark M2. What's also nice about the Lark is they're very small. You hardly notice them compared to the Boya mic. It's a little bit bigger, a little bit bulkier, and it does come with stickers on the front. So the Hollyland logo is on the front, but I have a black sticker on front. It comes with multiple stickers. Go ahead and show you those stickers that you can add to the mic. There's the black one that I have, and then there's a white one you can have. So you can have mixing and matching a white and a black microphone. depending on the shirt that you're wearing. And then they have little funny faces you can add to the mics as well. And then you have another way of holding the microphone as well. It's a little magnet that you could use to put on the back of the microphone and just clip it on. So there are multiple options, so that is nice. All magnet, it's on easily, just like that. And then we have this little necklace. I personally never use the necklace. I don't ever feel the need for it. The magnet is the best, in my opinion. But you have the necklace, again, magnet, just put it on like this. And you can wear the microphone. The only problem is this just moves around a little bit more. Okay, and then you also get a wind filter that you put on, the wind filter, and we'll show you that in a second. Okay, and now the Boya mic. Okay, so we have a look on the inside. I'm obviously wearing one of the other mic. Got the transmitter right here, one of the mics. Let's have a look at the mic first. What's also nice about this is it has a clip. I like the clip better on this. The Boya mic has little prongs on the bottom so you can really attach it to your clothes and it's not gonna move around. It also has a magnet as well, which is really cool. So currently I'm using the clip and not the magnet. Let me show you the magnet as well. Just like that, really easy to put on. Sticks, again, bigger than the Lark M2. It's a comparison of the sizes of them. Bigger transmitter. And this actually has a touch screen on it, which is really cool. It also has a little wheel and a button on top to make adjustments on the screen here. So you can adjust all the settings of both the microphones from the touchscreen. You can easily just swipe over, see one of the microphones, and adjust the settings, turn the AI noise cancellation on and off. If we swipe down here, then we can go to the different settings. There's a lot of settings that you can adjust. We'll go over that in the app. Both of these have apps where you can adjust the settings. So let's talk about the battery life of both of these. The Boya Mic 2 lasts up to 9 hours per charge, and the transmitter lasts up to 15 hours. And the charging case has 2 full recharges, which is really nice. And the Lark M2 lasts up to 10 hours per charge. And with the charging case, you can extend up to 30 full hours of recording. The transmitter, it doesn't have any electronic pieces to it. It doesn't have any screen like the Boya Mic 2 does, so it doesn't need any charging at all. That's one big difference there. So overall, the Lark M2 has a little bit better of a battery life, mostly because of the transmitter. So if you just had the microphones or the Boya and didn't need the transmitter, then the Boya would last longer, but you're gonna need the transmitter, so you're most of the time gonna want the transmitter, of course, so the battery life isn't as great, but it's still really good. 9 hours of recording time, I haven't had any problems. Like, when you have the charging case, you're not charging very often at all. So it's kind of a wash. If you do want the most battery life, then go with the Lark M2, but there's not really that much of a difference. And it really depends on how long you're shooting and where you are. I don't know, if you're shooting out in some nature location for multiple days, you're backpacking or something like that, you'll definitely, of course, want the longest battery life, but it's really not that big of an issue. Both of these have a really long battery life. Okay, and then the sound quality of these. So we'll of course do a demo of the sounds. You can really just hear for yourself, but it's important to note that the Boya has a 32 bits, and it's just a higher quality as opposed to the 24 bit that the Lark M2 has. And one of the biggest differences between these two microphones that I personally love with the Boya is the Boya has onboarding recording for each transmitter up to 8 gigabytes at 32 bits. The Lark doesn't have any onboard recording. So why you'd want this, let's say the transmitter fails for whatever reason, you'll still have the recording on the actual device that you can just plug into your computer and get the audio for. So having that redundancy, having the recording, the audio recording in multiple places on the video and in the actual device is really helpful. And as far as the range go, it's basically a wash. They both go up to around 1,000 feet or 300 meters, which is a really long distance for these. You know, it really just depends what you're recording. I haven't had any use case for going anywhere close to 1,000 feet. And for most people, you're not gonna need that big of a range anyways. Okay, and then the noise cancellation for both of these. So the noise cancellation on the Boya is better than the Lark in my opinion. And again, we'll go over a demo of that so you can hear. We'll be by a noisy street. The Boya has a -40 decibel AI noise cancellation that works really well. You can turn on and off on the mic, and the noise cancellation of the Lark you can turn on and off with the yellow button on the side right here as well. And there are 2 modes on the Lark, a strong and a weaker, as well as on the Boya, a stronger and a weaker noise cancellation. But the Boya definitely has better noise cancellation than the Lark M2 in my opinion. And if you have really noisy environments that you're recording in, I would definitely go with the Boya. And then just the controls and features of these. So the Lark M2 is really just a plug and play. You know, you can't connect this to your DSLR camera, there is a device that you can buy. There's a lightning device, there's the USB-C, and there's the DSLR camera attachment that you can have with this. There is the camera version of this that you can use, but they're not combined. You have to buy the devices separately. With the Boya, you can use this with your DSLR camera, as well as putting it in your iPhone, iPad, your laptop, or wherever. So the Boya mic is more versatile. If you're gonna be using this on your DSLR camera, on your iPhone, then you'll definitely wanna go with the Boya over the Lark M2. And overall, there's just more settings you can adjust with the Boya, which is nice. So if you're someone who needs more control over your mic, then the Boya is definitely your best bet here. Okay, so let's have a listen to a sound test of both of these microphones so you can get an idea of how these sound in a noisy environment, as well as right here. Okay, now let's have a quick look at both of the apps for the Boya Mic 2 and the Lark M2. So you can see just the options that you can customize for these. Okay, so here is the app. I have the Boya mic connected to my iPhone right now and the mic right next to me. So we can see the recording storage, how much time we have left, which is really nice. And you can also see this on the display on the transmitter when it's in the case. Let me scroll down, then we can see the output gain. You can also change this on the transmitter itself, as I just showed you. You can easily adjust it here as well. Then we can add on the noise cancellation. Then we can turn on the noise cancellation. Let's put that on. And on the transmitter, I can see that in the transmitter and the mic, I can see that the green light went on and the transmitter symbol went on as well when I click this. You also can change how strong or weak it is. So the minus 40 decibels or minus 15 decibels, depending on the setting that you're in. So that's really nice that you can adjust that in case it's too strong. You can just add a little bit of it. Then we have a recording mode, mono or stereo, and then a safety track, just in case you want to have that on, and then an auto gain. So that'll just automatically adjust the gain into a comfortable level, into a good level between a noise to floor ratio, so you don't get too much noise in your auto recording. And then we have the input gain. So we have input and output gain that we can adjust, which is nice. We have some general settings with EQ. This can come in handy depending on what you're doing. Vocal boost, low cut at 75, low cut at 150, or custom EQ. So low cut at 75 is always a good option. You never usually want frequencies that are that low. They're just gonna eat up headroom in your audio, and nothing audible from a mic such as this small, you wouldn't need 75 hertz. And of course, if you're doing some sort of tutorial video or something like that, you can do a vocal boost as well, or just the original. Okay, and then we have the auto recording, which starts recording automatically when the mic is turned on. And that's the 32-bit float recording. So if you want to save with storage space, you can turn off the 30-bit float recording. That will be a little bit lower quality though. And we have the TX indicator on, turn that on or off. When I turn this off, all the lights on the side just turned off on the mic. TX lock, so this will lock everything but the power button. That way we don't accidentally hit the record or turn off the AI noise cancellation. And TX auto off, have it be turned off when there's no transmitted signal after a certain period of time. Then we have the brightness of the screens, as well as the displays time, how long it'll last before it turns off, and the RX auto off, that is a transmitter, same thing. If it's not being in use, if nothing's connected to it for a while, it'll automatically turn off. And then we have the speaker, turn that on or off, and then camera gain presets specific to cameras. The Sony, Canon, Nikon, Panasonic, you choose a different camera, and it gives you recommended gain. So you can see there's a lot of settings that you can adjust here to ensure that you're getting the best recording for what you are specifically recording. That's important. Okay, so here's the Lark M2 app. You can see it pretty simple, not much here, just showing the input. Then we have the phone speaker where we want the volume to come through, so we can add that to headphones if we turn this off. Then we have the noise cancellation level, 2 options, high and low, that we can adjust, similar to the Boya Mic 2. And then we have volume adjustments as well. So you can make this volume, the input higher, just depending on the setting that you're in, you can adjust it. And it gives, of course, your battery life for each microphone. And that's pretty much it here for the app. Okay, then let's have a look at what you get with the Boya Mic 2. So of course you get the 2 microphones and you get the transmitter. What's really cool about this is it tells you the battery life of all 3 of the devices, as well as the time that you have left for recording on the actual microphone itself. So that's what's great about these microphones, is you can record the audio actually in the device itself. So in case there's an issue with the transmitter, you can have the recording on the device, again, up to 8 gigabytes at 32 bits. Okay, and you also get a wind filter. These wind filters are really easy to put on. There's a little stick at the bottom of it. You can just put it on top. Go ahead and show you real quick how easy that is. So in the input, the microphone input on top of the microphone, I'll show you what that also is used for. You can just insert right in, and then you have your windshield on really easily. And what's also nice is you get 2 lav mics with the Boya mic 2. So lav mic again just goes right in the audio input right there, just like that. And then you have the microphone as well. That way, if you don't want to have this bigger, bulkier thing showing, you can just put this in your pocket, attach it to your belt, wherever you want. And you also get a clip with the lav mic, so you can just clip the longer cable to your clothing. So you can clip the longer cable to your clothing, and that way it's not just hanging loose. What's also nice is you do get a carrying case as well. Okay, so which one should you choose? It really just depends what you value. If you want the best sound quality and you want the most amount of options when it comes to your mics, for as far as adjustments go, whether it be EQ, you want a better noise cancellation, definitely want to go with the Boya. The Boya still is plug and play though. It's not like this is so cumbersome to set up. It still is just plugging the transmitter into your iPhone and just turning it on and just shooting. This is a little bulkier, so if you do need something a little more discreet, the Lark M2 of course is better as well. But for me, when it comes to mics, it's really the sound quality, how easy it is to set up, and then just the options you have for the noise cancellation and just the settings for the mic. So personally, I like the Boya mic 2 better. But as you heard, both deliver really great sound quality. Both will give you a professional recording, and it really just depends if you want a higher sound quality. That's something a little more discreet. Personally, I've been using both of these and they work great. I can honestly recommend both of these. So be sure to check out the Boya mic 2 and the 𝗪𝗛𝗢𝗪 Lark M2.